I'm Teresa Matic with Resource Investing News. Here with me today is Don Lay, President, CEO, and Director of Medallion Resources. Don, thank you for joining me.
Nice to be here, Teresa.
Great. So the removal of export tariffs for rare earths in China has resulted in a decrease in rare earth prices since the start of May. How do you expect the change to affect rare earth prices for the rest of the year?
Yeah, the change wasn't really unexpected in the sense that people expected the convergence of prices outside and inside China. I think it was a bit of a surprise was that there was no movement upwards of a convergence towards a sort of a middle ground. Over the balance of the year, it's really difficult to say because we're going to, I certainly expect some stabilization in the market and in prices, although to date the market seems very quiet. But in the middle to longer term, I think we're looking at more positive prices for everybody in the marketplace, but a single marketplace now, not two.
And what does the removal of tariffs mean for juniors and producers outside of China?
Well, in the short run, it's not good news because the convergence has happened at a lower price. So we really got one market in China, one marketplace globally. We have only one marketplace now. So really, it's knocked the economics for all the projects outside of China. It's really knocked them down. That said, the word really is that the Chinese producers are not profitable at these prices anyway. So I think in the medium term, with demand increasing for rare earths and a single global price, the market eventually will get back on track.
Okay, and speaking of producers inside of China, China has also implemented a new resource tax structure. How do you think that that's going to affect things?
The net change for the Chinese government in terms of the amount of taxes they've got and their control of the industry really hasn't changed at all. So this was really a way for them to maintain control over the marketplace and comply with the WTO requirements. But in the long term, China still wants to control its rare earth industry, limit the amount of production, and make sure that there are rare earth resources to be consumed by the Chinese industry. So none of that really has changed. So ultimately, it's outside of the pricing change, it's really not that significant.
Okay, and the CEO over at Linus has said that she expects the change to result in more demand coming back to the market just because many people have been holding on to their stockpiles as a result of uncertainty from China. What's your take on that point of view?
I think she's correct in the sense that the uncertainty has gone away now. And now that the uncertainty has gone away, then we'll have a normalization of prices. Certainly, I think they expect the magnet materials to come back, and it should support that production outside of China and kind of clear things up for the back half of the year anyways.
Okay. And Molycorp also announced a long-term supply agreement with Siemens recently. Do you think what does that mean in light of all the changes in China?
What I think is important is that Siemens, being a huge industrial consumer of rare earths, particularly the magnetic rare earths, is put out a message that they're looking for longer-term suppliers outside of China. So in effect, the industry's response to coming into production has worked out well for Siemens and for Molycorp, and I think it shows both the demand for the magnet materials as well as the fact that a great big industrial company is willing to support an outside China producer that's just gotten to production recently. Okay,
and of course I have to ask, how do you think all the changes affect Medallion's business strategy?
Yeah, I think, well, to be frank, it's set back the pricing that we could get for our rare earth products. That said, we believe our numbers suggest that we could be very profitable at today's prices because of our strategy. It's acquiring a byproduct material at a reasonable cost and have low capital costs and low operating costs for our monazite processing strategy. So in that sense, there's less competition.
Okay. And also, while you're here, can you discuss the significance of Medallion's latest metallurgical results?
Certainly, yes. So we started metallurgical test early this year. It was our first practical test. We've done a lot of engineering work and flow sheets and that kind of thing. But what we did was we took a beach sand monazite sample from one of our prospective suppliers, and this is a sample of the monazite sand here, and we put it through our metallurgical flow sheet at a bench level to produce a rare earth concentrate like this. And that's significant because that's a pure concentrate that could then go into a standard rare earth separation facility for processing into individual oxides for sale to the marketplace. So we're excited to do that, and we've got more metallurgical work to finish up here, but it's a great start.
Great. Thank you for joining me, Don.
Thanks, Teresa.
I'm Teresa Matic with Resource Investing News.